All right, welcome back to the Ben and Harry podcast.
Nice.
Thanks, mate. That felt good.
Good start. Nice and strong from H.
Strong. I've got a hypothetical.
Yep.
It's a would you rather, but they're the same thing. So
No, they're not. But oh my god,
yes, they are.
a hypothetical isn't a would you rather. Would you rather a blue pen or a red pen isn't a hypothetical?
It's still a hypothetical.
I think it's a
Yeah,
hypothetical.
that is because you're saying hypothetically, if there was a scenario where there's a blue pen and a red pen, which one would you
Hypothetically,
rather?
I can bring that to life.
We'll
It's
do
not
it then, and then
hypothetical.
it's an actual. Then it's a decision.
MJ, you got a red pen there?
Let's just hear
Anyway, go for your life.
Wouldn't be surprised if listeners turn this off to start.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat. My question is, and it might take a bit of thinking.
Yep.
Would you rather experience the world beginning or ending?
Wow.
Beginning.
Beginning.
We want to witness a world ending. That'd be
The apocalypse.
pretty
It's
depressing,
horrific.
man. Yeah, I would switch off if I
But
was
then it would be
listening.
pretty boring day one.
Oh God, yeah.
At least you
Because
get
what would
There's
be
your
next?
whole
'Cause
life ahead of you.
at least you
world
get day
ending,
two.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
But if the world was ending, like who knows what's after that though? Like
That's true.
That was a pretty serious one.
It was heavy.
That was a
Kick us
heavy
off.
hitter. Start us off. I didn't mind it though.
Yeah, good.
tried to break the ice a bit,
Yeah, and you have.
as we like to.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, by the way, Harry. Game 100 this weekend.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's
Jeez.
it's been a long time coming, kind of. It's like halfway through my 8th year, so yeah, it's be nice to tick it off. I haven't really thought about it too much, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's
you're not-
probably bigger fish to fry, as they say. But yeah, someone said a little while ago that no matter what happens, like your name's on your locker and you played 100 games, and they can't take that off you. So yeah, it'd be cool to have the name in the locker. And everyone says, a few people in footy say you're not an AFL player until you've played 100 games. So
Oh, really?
at least after next week, I'm an AFL player, which will be good.
Is that life membership at Carlton? 100 games?
Don't know. Good question. Good question. Not sure. I don't think so. I think it's 10 years or 150 games, maybe.
I think we're similar.
Are players aware of milestones and stuff like that? And other players' milestones? Are you familiar with, like, if someone's got 3 goals until 500 goals this weekend, things like that? Are you?
Probably. Well, I guess if it's only if it was said in the media, I reckon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. But we always know if it's like someone's.
Milestone games.
We always
and
like
stuff. Yeah.
acknowledge it or celebrate it
They get brought up.
pre-game in the meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
Yeah. There's always like a highlights package of their best stuff. That's always played in the team meeting
Yeah.
before the game.
We normally get, if it's someone's milestone, they'll get 10, 15 people to message in and say congratulations, like their family and friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's always pretty cool to see when the boys reach 100 or above. So yeah, what I man, 100 games.
You gonna come and watch, or
I think we're playing at the same time, I'm pretty sure. So no.
well, I think
I
you're
went to your 50th game. I remember
playing
that.
after
What's that? What time's the game?
1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I won't be able to get there. We're at 4:40.
We'll do.
I went to your 50th game.
Thanks for support.
I think that was
Collingwood round 2,
yeah.
2021.
Yep, it was.
Oh, you do remember?
Got a good memory.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember most games? Do you remember, like, if I were to just pluck one out, you'd be able to tell me most
Yeah,
of the
let's
things that happened?
Do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
We'll do it towards the end. We'll
I reckon, maybe this sounds selfish, but if you say like round 2019 and whoever we were playing, say it was Bulldogs, whatever, I reckon I can tell you how I went.
just a rough
And
snapshot
if
of
we
your
won.
stats.
If we won and if I kicked a few goals or not, I reckon.
Do you think you'd be similar, Ben?
Yeah.
Ethan, are you listening?
Maybe not the rounds, but
Yeah, the round. If you said like round late in the year,
Versus-
round 20.
Late in the year, you played Collingwood,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah, cool.
yeah, I definitely would be
Good
able
fun challenge towards the end.
Yep.
Yep.
So your 100th game, I assume that's why you did a press conference.
Must
Were
be
they
getting
related?
desperate, were they? I don't know.
Well, obviously we're up against it a little bit at the moment, so they tend to roll out their prime movers media-wise for those type of events, Will.
Yeah.
But no, every week we do we've been big the last 2 years of every week having a player press conference, so rotating that and speaking to the media. And I hadn't actually done one this year, I don't think, so I was probably due to do one, and then I think they just linked it up with 100 games. But I got one question about the 100 games, I think, so yeah, it was more about what's happening at the moment. So, but it was good. It's always an enjoyable experience doing the odd presser.
Enjoyable?
I don't mind. It's like a bit of a challenge, I reckon. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you know it's going to be like a little bit tricky with like as it was today with the questions. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Don't
Do you
mind
feel like you've improved at presses? Like, do you remember your first one? Was it pretty daunting?
Yeah, I'm sure I've definitely been probably the same. But you've definitely improved. Like, you know what to say a bit more, and you're probably a little bit more polished. But
Yeah.
you're still like before. You're still thinking, geez, anything can happen here. You're only one slip of the tongue away
Yeah.
from the headline. But yeah,
It's like anything, Will. The more you do of something, the better you get. So yeah, I haven't done it. I mean, a heap of them, but I think you're definitely more polished and just know roughly what to say. Doesn't have to be exact, but
Yeah.
just enough to get out of trouble, I reckon. I'm the same. I like doing it. I like that sort of thing. It's a little challenge, and
Yeah.
it's your personal brand on the line as well. So if you can carry yourself with a bit of humour and speak well, it always holds in good stead. So
Yeah. Because they talk a lot about media training, just like players today, boring answers, all the media training. Is there how much media training do you do? What does that look like?
On that, like, every time you speak in the media, you could be very honest and say a lot of things, but you don't.
Yeah.
So they will normally, if you're on the radio, our media manager will send you, 2, 3, 4 points about things that are happening that are relevant to the club, things to not say, things to stay clear of. And to Harry's point, you could completely disregard that and go off on your own road and cause mayhem, or you could, listen
Full
to them and
ACCA style.
Yeah. So you sort of got two paths to go down, really.
Because you don't really want to. You don't want to create a bad headline of something.
Yeah.
So I think there's an art of like being political, but giving an insight into something that they wouldn't know.
Being interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, you're never going to go into full depth about stuff that's going on that's very personal to the club. Like, you're not going to ever do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being able to provide a little bit of an insight while still staying within the political guidelines is important.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that compared to NBA, NFL, soccer, we are so far behind in how individuals are portrayed in the media and how honest they speak, I reckon.
Oh, massively.
It's all like
it's
tall poppy over here, because if I came out today and said half the stuff you could, like, or just be real, like, completely honest with everything, or say whatever, real outlandish stuff, you'd get shot down so quickly. But over there, it's like they're praised for being
open and honest and being authentic.
It's pretty cultural.
Yeah,
Americans versus Australians. They kind of love that Donald Trump big brash kind of.
It gets the hype up and gets people interested, and they're speaking the truth. Like, that's what people want to hear, right?
Yeah,
like
it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's a game at the end of the day. It's an entertainment industry. So.
No, I agree. It should be embraced more.
Yeah,
but then I guess
people are so scared of doing it. Yeah,
the downside is that over there, it's probably, especially in the NBA, for example, it's like there's 5 people on the team. There's kind of that egotistical culture a little bit, like, I'm the man.
Yeah, true.
I'll do it all, like, but where it's a little bit different in footy, I reckon.
So at your press conference today, you gave the podcast a plug, which was nice. We'll have a hear of that here.
Oh, I don't think I can. Yeah, I'm going pretty well, thank you. Thanks for asking. Because, I guess throughout this year, it's been definitely challenging from, I guess, individually, but then as a team point of view as well. As I spoke on my podcast, it's more the greater impact, I guess, what I do on a footy field can have. Just on that, well,
it's my podcast.
Well, it's my podcast.
Go on.
Can't remember the reporter's name, but she said, listen to your podcast. You spoke really openly about your goal kicking. Just wanted to ask how you're going, like, really nicely. And I said, oh, thanks. That's nice to ask.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, I'm not sure what her name was, but I'll have to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's always good.
But that wasn't a massive plug. It was just a little subtle plug.
Yeah.
Yep.
She brought it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cover drive. It's a half volley.
You've heard this next one, Ben.
I have. Let's hear it, MJ.
I think if you look at the data, we're getting some shots quite wide, and there's a little bit of work in that. But then, I think the confidence and belief in the group just to go back and finish your work. And, there's definitely something we work on quite a lot. And I think it'll have some big impact on the back end of the season, and we can just finish our work and get a bit of reward for our work above the ground, because we've actually been doing some pretty solid work. Bar that last one, I'm actually going to defend myself. Bar that last one, they were all used in different contexts.
Doing some solid work.
Yeah. So you reckon MJ's cut it up to make it sound like it's...
I see what you're saying.
No, because I was like...
You've used the verb and the noun.
Yeah, because I was like, we've got to do a bit of work on it.
Work on our work, yeah.
Yeah. Or something to work on is different to finishing our work. Finishing our work meaning finishing our goals. Whereas we've got something to work on.
Digging yourself a hole in, mate.
It's used in different contexts, I reckon.
That last bit was pretty funny, though. You knew it.
That was, when you're like saying an answer and you're trying to tie it back and find a word. I was like,
I can't say work again here, can I?
Gonna have to, because I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh,
Oh, it's gold.
It's funny. one.
Here we. Oh, we're going to play it one more time. Here we go.
I think if you look at the data, we're getting some shots quite wide, and there's a little bit of work in that. But then, I think the confidence and belief in the group just to go back and finish your work. And
the finish your work's a different. That's
it's definitely something we work on quite a lot, and I think it'll have some big impact on the back end of the season, and we can just finish our work and get a bit of reward for our work above the ground, because we've actually been doing some pretty solid work. And
there is a lot. The way you say it as well, man.
Sorry, there's probably a couple.
You knew the last one.
Yeah.
You'd overused work.
It's great content.
Speaking of great content, because there's been some videos that have floated around of Carlton supporters being quite aggressive, borderline vicious to the playing group as you've walked off the ground and in different contexts. This is a grab of Frank, who was at the club recently.
But resigning up.
Another bloody Monday at Princes Park. Carlton's despondent group trickling into an audience. Fed-up member Frank Zumbo channeling the frustration of all Blues fans, camping out to eyeball players, declaring enough is enough.
I'm here today to see what is going on at this club.
Send a bit of a message.
Send a bit of a message. We're a part of this. Like, we feel it. Yeah? That's why we're here. I've taken the day off work just to come here and just so they can see who we are on the street. Like, we are members.
Now, first of all, did you see Frank?
I didn't see Frank, no, and I don't know if anyone saw Frank. So, how do you reckon his employer would go if Frank rings up and says, "Hey, mate, I'm taking the day off work. I need to stand outside the players' entrance and just eyeball a couple of them today"?
Yeah. Do you get a doctor's certificate for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you justify it?
Not sure, but yeah, it's quite funny.
He kind of encapsulates some of the passion. We actually have some voice memos, some DMs that have been slid in from Michaela and Maisie about this kind of thing.
Hi, it's Maisie from Melbourne. I just wanted to ask Harry what it was like after Sunday night's game being booed off by his own fans, and if the boys talked about it afterwards. Obviously pretty disgusting from the fans' ends.
And here's Michaela.
Hi, Ben and Harry. Michaela from Numurkah, Victoria. Question for you, Harry. What were your thoughts on fans booing the team off the field on Sunday night? I'm a huge Blues fan, and I personally was embarrassed that people were booing you guys off the field. Just thought I'd, get your thoughts. I hope you guys are okay, and go Baggers.
That was nice. Yeah.
A couple of questions there.
Yeah. Was it Maisie to start? And she said, "Did the players talk about it?" Yes, definitely. Like straight away after the game. Like probably won't repeat what's said, but it's definitely heard and felt by the playing group. Especially, I think a couple of us that have been around for a while have, you've seen it all before, kind of thing. But a lot of the younger boys were a bit rattled.
Really?
Yeah. Thinking like, oh, gee, that was. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. That was pretty full on. And I spoke about it today, actually, in the press conference, and I said we're big enough and ugly enough to, cop a bit of stuff, which is fine. But I think there's probably 2 points to it. One, when it gets really personal and like the vigor of some of the things that are said about people's families and stuff, like that's way too far. Like we're talking about a game of footy. And then two, I spoke as well about we're trying to create an environment where everyone feels safe.
Yeah.
For families, for kids, for everyone that wants to come to the footy, and having people hurling abuse and swearing and everything at a game of footy, I don't think that creates a safe or comfortable environment for everyone to attend. So there's that. And then also, majority of the Carlton fans are amazing, but we don't go out trying to lose. Like we give our all every week, and then to walk off and get abused after trying your hardest to win. Trust me, we don't want to lose. We feel it. Don't worry. So as we've heard from Michaela and Maisie, like the majority of supporters are amazing. So thank you for that. But yeah, we don't love to see that type of behaviour from a few people.
Yeah. Ben, have you experienced anything like that before?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in 2021, 2022, a little bit. And arguably now, but when we've gone through a rough period, it happens all the time when you're walking off the field, and you don't want to say you get used to it, but I've certainly experienced it a lot, like especially after a couple of those Good Friday losses as well. Like it certainly sticks in your mind how abusive they can be, and you almost brace yourself as you're walking down the tunnel, as you know, who knows what they're going to say, sort of thing. So
That sucks.
Yeah, but it's more like we talk about it as a family a fair bit, that even when mum and dad and Taylor and the family are sitting in the enclosure and they hear people yell abuse about us or one of our mates that play on the same team, whatever it is, it's really hard to hear and deal with. I think for some reason people think that when they're at the footy they can say whatever they want, which is, absolutely not on. So I understand they're passionate, but I think there's a line, and unfortunately it gets crossed way too often. So I think every team experiences it, and abuse from the players across the field, but it doesn't make it all right, that's for sure.
Yeah. Harry's off the socials largely, but do you ever get the odd stupid DM that just appears?
Yep, like personally and also about like your individual performance and also as a team. I'm probably sort of followed a little bit of Harry's vein, and I haven't been on social media a heap the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, but certainly in the past, you're very tentative to look at it because you play a good game and there's always going to be a couple of comments, regardless of how well you go. So there's certainly a culture shift in our sport that's really, really bad, I reckon, that we need to get better at. Because to Harry's point, you want to feel safe, you want to bring your kids to the footy, and eventually they'll just stop coming because it's not worth it. So
Nice one.
Yep. Well said, Ben. Not usually that well polished, mate, but that was actually pretty well said.
Legit. Media training.
Yeah.
Nice job. All right, let's lighten up. Game time.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this was just on the fly. We've got a game that I think you two are going to enjoy. So
and if we lose, no abuse?
No abuse? No.
Can't promise.
MJ will boo you out of here.
MJ's going to boo us if we lose.
Okay. So we're talking about this outside. So I'm just going to give you a topic, and then we're going to play like tennis match style. And you have to name one of those things back and forth until someone gets caught holding the footy, pretty much. Like maybe that's what it's called, holding the ball.
Maybe not.
Better name suggestions are welcome if you have any. Here we go. Okay. So this is a tough one, and I've asked...
Wait, sorry, who starts first? How do we organise that?
I think we just change serve each time.
Okay.
So do you want a scissors, paper, rock to see who goes first?
Yep, ready?
Yep.
Both went scissors. Both went scissors again. Harry wins it.
Good work.
All right, nice. Ethan Meldrum, of course, the Triple M resident stats man.
Yep.
He's been digging into the archive for me. So this is the first topic. Harry to serve. Who has played for both Carlton and North Melbourne? I'm going to give you roughly 5 to 10 seconds.
Jared Waite.
1. Ben's turn.
Aaron Mullet.
Nice.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
That's surely a time violation.
I reckon 3, 2,
Mark Porter?
1. I don't have Mark Porter on my list. Do we have any confirmation there, Ethan?
Do Ports? Yeah.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a big get.
I don't know Mark Porter.
Yep.
Oh, now Ben's in strife.
You got the countdown clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No,
Gone. Wow, that is
that was
clutch.
a prayer. That was a prayer.
That was a Hail Mary.
that was like my the Game of Thrones one a few weeks back. I just when we were
That's
doing
right, yeah.
challenge. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Oh
Yeah.
Some of the names you missed there, of course. Sam Durden,
Jeez.
David Teague, Mick Martin, Corey McKernan.
Dirds won't be happy about that.
Dirds will be filthy.
Shout out to Dirds. Hope he's going well.
All right.
Yeah.
Category 2.
Shadow, we call him.
Owen Wilson films. Now, I know there's one that you guys like particularly. Harry's got a point. Ben to serve.
Gilbert Taylor.
Yep.
Wedding Crashers.
Nice.
Marley and Me.
Nice.
The Internship.
Yeah, nice one. You say Wedding Crashers?
He said that, yeah.
Cars.
Or we'll include
Nah.
voices. We'll include
Yeah?
voices. Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cars 2.
Cars 3.
Cars 4. Is there a Cars 4?
I don't think there's a Cars 4.
No, there is. There's a new one that's out.
No, there's not.
Is it
Get
called
that
Cars 4?
followed up.
No, that's a win to Ben, surely. Incorrect.
Cars, there's no Cars 4.
Yeah.
Is there a 4th Cars movie, though?
No.
There's rumours, but it hasn't.
Well, that's ahead of the game. That's
No.
just,
1-1.
Nah, it's 1-1.
wow.
All right. What do we think it's first to? Just while we're on a point.
Best of 5, first of 3.
Best of okay.
Have you got 5 questions or not?
Yeah, okay.
Or we can just do
Don't
the
want to
cider
bore
now.
listeners, but
Let's do the cider now then.
I don't know if we're boring listeners. Do we think?
no, I'll go 5 then.
Jace. giving me a shrug. Ethan, I'm going to need you to send me one of those other ones. Here we go.
Yeah, all right, yep.
This, just for context. Oh, no, you don't need context. All right. The cricket started, of course. We've got the Ashes starting this Friday.
Yep.
Australian players that have scored 10 or more Test centuries.
Oh, I could be here all day.
All right, so Harry to serve.
Usman Khawaja,
Oh, yes. 14.
Justin Langer,
Matthew Hayden,
Ricky Ponting,
Michael Clark,
Steve Smith.
David Warner.
Nice.
Is that a shock?
Travis Head.
No way. He hasn't scored 10.
I think he scored 10. Nup, gone. 6.
Wow, that's bad by you, Ben.
And I think Harry wins it.
Could have said Don Bradman. You could have said
Yeah, the Don.
Mike Hussey.
Huss, yeah, that's a
Could
good
have
one.
said Shane Watson. I reckon he's got 10.
Mm.
Oh,
There we
Bad
go.
luck, mate.
Good fun game, though. I reckon there's more
Yeah, that
than
was
that.
good.
gracious in defeat.
Yeah.
Too
I
good.
reckon what's the overall tally of games? I reckon I'm well ahead of wins.
Geez, I don't know. I reckon it'd be
Pretty
3-1, maybe,
3-1.
with that one.
Maybe 4-1.
Maybe.
Don't know.
Who's taking the reins here?
Yep, Ben is.
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh, no.
If you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, please.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't expecting it.
You got to be
But please,
ready, mate.
please leave us a review. We've seen a lot of good ones come through. Good, bad, or ugly. Send them in. We really appreciate it. And if you're on Spotify, hit the bell, and you'll be notified.
Which is the notification bit.
If you just didn't cut me off, that'd be great. So when a new app's released, you will be notified.
So if you click the bell. No, seriously. So
Have you got the bell ticked on yours? On your phone?
No.
No.
Well, I do the show. I don't need to be.
Do you watch
Told-
This is actually an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Do you, on a Wednesday, do you rewatch it?
No.
Really? So there's
Really.
one listen we could add to the whole.
It's not about numbers, man. It's about connecting with the community.
The audience, yeah.
Yeah, but you might want to rewatch it. And
Well, I don't need to. One, I do the show, and then two, I'll listen to it before we publish it.
Well, I just love it so much that I'll rewatch it on a Wednesday.
And saying that, I listen to the a tiny bit of the odd one. So,
So you just.
but I don't. Not every Wednesday.
All right.
You said, do you listen to it every Wednesday? No, I don't. Not every Wednesday.
You fight over the stupidest shit sometimes. Who cares?
Well, it's like talking to a brick wall, Will. Seriously.
I thought that was
Ben's
actually
the
an
brick
interesting
wall.
topic.
That was-
Whether you rewatch the podcast.
we going to Wayno?
It's, MJ's made a good point. It is listen. You've said watch a few times.
Yeah.
Well, it's on. We're on
It's on
YouTube.
YouTube.
So
It is on
MJ, so
Oh, yeah.
MJ.
Right back
Okay.
oh,
Yeah,
MJ.
that's right, MJ.
Firing shots from the sidelines, MJ.
shoots and misses.
All right. I'm really looking forward to this. This is one of my favourite parts of any episode, but of this one in particular. It's Wayne from Warragul, and he isn't happy
I
this
feel
week.
like I could
Is
be in
he?
the gun.
Not
Yeah,
happy.
Harry's in the crosshairs.
G'day, fellas. How you going? It's Wayne from Warragul here. Hope you're well. Hey, I'm not going to beat around the bush, boys. I'm pretty disappointed. I'm pretty angry, pretty upset. I've been doing it tough the last couple of days, and the reason why that is because of you, Harry. Now, my son Terry the other day showed me a social media post on the bloody Insta network thing. What's it called? And it showed you participating in a City v Country game at training, playing for the City team.
Oh, what?
Now, I don't know if you've got it through your thick Lego head, but Warragul, where you claim you're from, is in the country. Now, I want you to be up front with Wayno right now. Are you from Warragul? Do you consider yourself from Warragul? Because if you're not, I'm going to go to your statue down the main street here and piss on it. Anyway, fellas, have a good one.
Have a good one.
That's Wayne's best.
Wayne.
Well, you have some explaining to do.
What's happened
Jeez,
there?
Wayne, you got some good mail again, Wayne.
Terry.
Actually, it was on public. Yeah. Often at the club, and Ben would probably be able to attest to this, you break up into city versus country for if you're playing some games or
Yeah.
whatever. And we did that on the weekend. And I'm always obviously country, but to get the numbers right, I think I was shifted over to city. However, actually, and if you look in that, Matt Kennedy was in the country
I'm not
team
talking
as
about
well,
Matt Kennedy, mate.
who
I'm
is
talking
the
about
most
you.
country bloke of all
I'm
time.
talking about you.
Yeah, so that's I got moved over to even the numbers up. But however, I do sometimes ask a few people that I say, if you didn't know where I was from, would you say I'm city or country? and they always say you're the most city bloke I've ever met.
I would have said City for both of you.
Yeah. Taylor said that actually to me a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. That you're so much of a city boy now.
Mm.
And spending 8 years in the city, you can understand why.
You got to feel for Wayne, though, that you've turned your back on your Warragul roots.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You should have stood up for yourself. And
Well-
refused to go over to the city mob.
The
We-
city team won on the weekend, and I'm happy to play a role whatever team I'm in. So
So you're going to, wow, that's a big
so
statement, man.
diplomatic.
Yeah. Gets very competitive at North in our preseason games when
Yeah.
it's country versus city. Yeah. It means a lot to a lot of people. So, like Wayne,
Yeah.
it means a lot. So,
well, these days is Warragul even considered country? It's only an hour out of the city.
man, you're digging yourself a big hole here.
You're offending.
You're
Well,
offending
Wayne, I'd appreciate if you went down and polished my statue, please, instead of the option B. Thanks,
was?
mate.
All right. Hit it, MJ.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Are you prepared? Oh, yeah.
and losers.
I hate cheese.
Oh my god. It's a good intro, isn't it? Marshy does well.
Marshy.
Yeah. That's
Outstanding.
A1. That's an A1 intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to have the same one. And
No, we don't.
We
I guarantee-
briefly spoke.
I guarantee you.
So you've
anything. No, You're so boring. You're going to say the Ashes cricket. The cricket's on. I already knew that from day one. I'm not going to say that. I'd like to think outside the square a little bit.
Were you going
But
to say
what-
that, Ben?
Just hang on, Will. But you remember how you said you don't need to force it, right? If it's not there,
Yeah, well, Yep.
So, yeah, mine is the cricket. And
who would have thought? Wow.
no, and the French Open as well. It is nice to have things, other sports, and the NBA may as well chuck in there as well. It's good to have other
Yeah.
sports to watch. So,
May as well chuck in the golf and the swimming and the
well, they're not on.
water
Don't-
polo
don't
as
lie.
well. The golf's
It's
on.
my Twitter, mate. And I enjoy watching other sports and learning off them.
How much Australia, India did you watch?
Yeah, 4 out of the 5 days. Yep.
Like pretty comprehensively, up till midnight kind of thing?
No,
or-
not. Oh, maybe the first 2.5, 3 hours. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was on a perfect time. 7:30.
It was. Yeah. First session was just prime time.
Yep, that's right. And the tennis as well. So, and the NBA was on the last however a while, so that was good to watch as well. So,
Are you a Djokovic man?
I am. I like how ruthless he is.
Yeah.
I like obviously Rafa as well, but there's something about he's that competitive edge and just not afraid to speak it as well. Yep. Shout out to Djokovic.
Is he the guy?
23.
Yeah,
I think he is.
he's the goat. Whether
Yeah.
you like it or not, he's going to
tend to
comfortably
agree.
end up as the
Roger's the
greatest player ever.
the fan favourite,
Mm.
the people's champion, but I think Novak will go down.
But then the debate is also what makes it greatest, because like the charisma and the encapsulating of a generation also comes into it, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Jocko will end up pretty undeniable, though.
You know him personally, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That's what we call him.
All right, quickly.
Joker, I think it is.
Yeah, that's right. MJ or LeBron?
LeBron.
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't that the same question?
Explain
then?
your work.
Well, so how long do you want to stay on this for? But so statistically, LeBron's going to have every category covered, potentially apart from rings, but who knows?
Yeah.
And we got to remember, we're currently talking. There's a debate that's going on, but your legacy only grows once you've retired and you're finished.
Yeah.
LeBron's still got 4 or 5 years left, and it's still flip of a coin. So in 5 years' time, it's going to be your legacy grows. So once you're done, your legacy grows. He'll be ahead. I think the ability to stay in your prime for 20 years and the pressure, like
longevity.
Michael had no pressure when he came into the league. From day one, LeBron he was compared to Michael Jordan, and if he wasn't like a top 5 ever, he was considered a failure. And somehow he still exceeded expectations.
I think you're winning me over a bit. Yeah.
I'm neither here or there, I reckon. Like, I like how his impact on every game he had was just dominant. I reckon LeBron, the longevity piece, maybe has to save himself a little bit, and for the big moments he rises. But I feel like Michael, in his prime, every single game he went out was just dominant. And that's why how many years did Michael play? Maybe 12 or 13 or something, maybe a little bit longer. But I feel like every season, every game, every moment, it was just full impact. And from a game point of view, yeah, I think both have merit, but it's an interesting debate.
Good chat. Good
Yeah.
debate.
See, if I'd have said something else, we wouldn't have had that discussion.
Well, we never know.
That's what it's all about.
Might have lipped around to that.
Just acknowledge that you're wrong, bro.
Don't call me bro as well. We clip that up again. When you say it just sounds wrong. Anyway, do you want to go with my twinner?
Your twinner, Harry.
Sis, is it?
What? What is wrong with you? My twinner of the week, and this is a bit different, but this is for people out here that if you're feeling a little bit flat about yourself, right, and you want to feel like wanted or feel loved a little bit, go on Airtasker and post like a kind of an easy task and put your price like so. You'd pay someone $200 to take the rubbish out of something, and the amount of messages and love you get from people is through the roof.
What do you mean love?
What do you mean?
So like, have you guys used Airtasker?
Yeah, I know what Airtasker is.
So obviously, if you put your price up, like say I'll pay you. My task is $200 to do a simple task, right? Then everyone on Airtasker is going to want to do your job.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling a little bit flat, you need a little bit of love
to get the job.
No, so you're getting you get way more people messaging you and saying, "I'll do a job for you. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help."
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah. So if you want a bit of love,
what do you use Airtasker for?
No, just stuff. I'd like a bit of rubbish to be collected or whatever. I didn't pay someone $200, but it was yeah.
I've used Airtasker before. It's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've used it. I've just never considered it as a means of getting compliments.
Yeah, that was one of the worst I've heard.
I think it's interesting. I think it's outside the box.
But it's different outside the box one, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MJ Race.
So if you're ever feeling flat, no one's talking to you, just put a simple task on, and you don't actually have to go through the task.
Yeah.
Like, you just get a lot of love. You get a lot of love.
Yeah.
You feel the love from the Airtasker community.
$500 to take the rubbish out.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
it.
Your
phone will run hot.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one before.
Nice. Who's got a loser?
And then my loser for the week. Surcharges at cafes on public holidays.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow. Great one.
Yeah. It's
You've gone from 0 to 100 here, man.
I thought my twinner was really good, but
I think Harry's done really well on both fronts.
Outside the box. But so yeah, surcharges on public holiday, it's like, do we really need to do it? And it's yeah.
I reckon it's even inflation in general these days. Like it is ridiculous. It is becoming ridiculous. Well, that's not to sound petty, but
that's
it is.
Yeah, but on a public holiday, everyone's out and about wanting to, go to brunch or, have a coffee, go for lunch, and jacking up the prices 20% just because of public holiday. Like you've chosen to be open. So
but then you're also choosing to buy it.
You don't have to go there.
Yeah. I did pay $6.10 for a King's birthday small flat white. I was taken aback.
Was it good though?
It was delicious, yeah. So I opted in.
Like maybe a cafe should go the other way and say, we're going to give you a discount.
That's what I reckon. I thought that the other day.
Let's just enjoy everyone gets a day off, good vibes, come in, we'll give you 10% off. Let's just have a great day together.
Even with inflation at the moment, they should go the other way. They should make things like super cheap and get people flowing through the door. Like, just the reverse effect. See what happens.
Smart.
Interesting. My loser.
Actually, I had a second twinner, second loser, just in case you had.
You will never get this one because it's related to me. But anyway.
No, I'm just saying, another frustration I've just picked up on is when you're cleaning out your fridge or you're organising your fridge, and it starts beeping at you. It's like, I'm cleaning you, mate. I'm helping you out, and you're just beeping at me consistently. It's like, I'm doing you a favour. Don't get angry at me. It's been a frustration for a while, but it just reared its head this week.
I'm cleaning you, mate.
If anyone else feels that.
Shut up.
So annoying.
I could go viral. That's pretty funny.
Can you turn that off, the beeps?
Because when if you leave the fridge door open for a bit, it just consistently beeps.
But there might be like
how does it know if you're cleaning it or you're putting something in it?
Obviously it doesn't. It hasn't got a brain.
That was a joke.
Well, I don't reckon it would be for you.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was good.
Wonder if anyone else can resonate with that.
No,
let us know.
We all can resonate with it.
Yeah, we've cleaned a fridge.
Elements of it.
Good for you,
not
Harry.
Not bad. My loser, we both got our buys coming up in next couple of weeks, and myself and one of my teammates booked a few days away in Queensland, and in the schedule we finish on a Tuesday, and then we get Wednesday, Thursday, blah 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 to Monday, and we're back on the club Monday. And in the schedule it said we're finishing about 5 o'clock on Tuesday, blah blah blah, and then so we booked the flights for Wednesday morning. And then the next day, the schedule changes and it says we'll be done by midday Tuesday. Book your flights for Tuesday Arvo. Go for your life. So the timing was really wrong. It was really flattening. Yeah. So that was my loser. So could have had an extra night away in the sun.
Poor thing.
Yeah. It's better than
Very
fridge
sp-
beat.
Conor McGregor, we saw at the Miami Heat. I think it was Game 4. He has punched the mascot of the Miami Heat. I think his name might be like Burley or something like that. And that mascot has ended up going to the emergency room, and then everything's fine. I think he didn't mean to hit him as hard as he did.
So it was a stunt. My man McGregor, shout out to
Yeah,
Conor
your
as
mate.
well. Hope you're well, mate.
Clearly, he's not well in the head. He just punched a mascot.
Well, I was going to ask, what was the situation? What was the context?
Yeah,
Was it a setup stunt?
it looks like it was a stunt.
Yeah.
For like his cryotherapy spray that I think he's plugging.
Okay. So you knock him down and spray him. And
Yeah, and then he spray. Yeah, I think that was the go.
But didn't he hit him twice? Though?
He's clocked him when he's
The
down.
second one looked pretty ferocious.
Defenseless mascot that can't see anything.
Where's one to the beak?
Do you have any funny mascot stories? Has anything happened? Do you see the mascot much? I
Actually,
can't really picture the
this is a funny
kangaroos
one.
on.
It's probably not a mascot, but it's someone dressed up in a
Oh, this is good.
in a costume. So when we were younger, we didn't go on many holidays, but occasionally, once every 5 years, we'd go to Queensland.
Yeah.
So we were pretty young. We were maybe 8 or 9, do you reckon?
Yep.
Yep. And in Dreamworld, there was a little segment. It was called
Wiggles World.
Wiggles World, where obviously
yeah.
all the Wiggles and all the characters were dressed up there and everything. And what's the bloke's name?
Henry the Octopus.
Henry the
Oh, I
Octopus.
love Henry the
Yeah. So he was floating around, and the kids come up to him and get the photo or whatever. And Ben and I thought we'd take the piss out of him a little bit, and we started grabbing his legs and put him behind his back and everything. And we ended up getting escorted out of there.
You got kicked out of Wiggles World?
World
I think the bloke in the character warned us, said, "You better stop doing that, guys." And then we kept doing it.
Escorted
Oh,
out
my
by
God.
security as an 8-year-old. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was quite funny. I
Yeah.
think we got banned as well. So
Banned from Dreamworld.
because
Right, no, other than that, not a heap
No,
to report
no,
on.
that's a great mascot.
That's all we need,
Scott.
I reckon, on that one.
That's all we needed. Perfect.
yeah.
Right, Harry.
Harry's Hot Seat.
Intros. Marshy's his name.
Marshy's just he
Well, Ben,
knocks
you
him out of the
didn't
park.
like the one you were talking last week. You didn't love it, did you?
Which one?
You were taking the piss out of it last week, I think.
The segment?
Yeah,
I didn't.
the intro segment.
Nah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Well done to
so
Marshy.
it got a second week, which I was surprised about.
Oh,
Well,
it's
Up for debate still.
I think it's a staple.
Well, we're doing I feel like I've got two things. Ben's in the hot seat today.
Yeah.
So he's getting grilled. Whether we want to go down a more serious footy path.
Nah, I'm not. Nah, not footy. Not footy stuff. We've already talked about it a fair bit. Footy.
All right. So on the rumour mill is you're going away with Taylor on the bye.
I'm not going with Taylor. No, so you're already wrong.
Oh no.
You sure?
You got to fact check.
When did you change that?
I was never going with Taylor. She has basketball across the weekend. I said in
You
my
said-
Twitter,
In your
loser, that I'm
loser,
going
yeah.
away with one of my teammates, Charlie.
Yeah, change. Hang on. Wait.
Yeah, filler.
Harry's hot seat.
Right, no,
If
because
you're going to grill me,
in
man,
trouble.
you've got to have your facts right. That's the
I'm
number
just
one
saying, just
rule,
wait,
isn't
just
it,
wait
on
30
journalism?
seconds.
And
Big trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad as he's scrolling through his phone.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
oh,
Here we go.
No. Yeah. I thought you were on with Taylor. Anyway, wrong. Sorry. Well, because we had a group. We got a group message with Dirds, and he put 3 ring emojis in because I asked what they were doing for the break. And Ben said he was going up to Queensland for 3 nights.
yeah.
And then Sam Durden put in 3 ring emojis.
Yeah.
So I was going to question Ben whether he was thinking about proposing while he was up in Queensland with Taylor, but yeah.
Sam Durden, who neither of you remembered, played for both.
Yeah,
Carlton and
that's
North.
quite funny.
Yeah, so that's the hot seat done.
That's right. I think it should come back. I think
it's got some legs. Yeah.
Just do your homework maybe.
Well, I did, but
yeah.
No, you didn't.
Anyway,
You up, mate? Let's
we're
go.
We're on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, that's
Nice.
so easy.
Head to Ben and Harry podcast. Send us a DM.
Yeah.
We really would love as many DMs as possible.
Yeah.
They've been great. Everyone's been really great. But the more, the merry. Thank you very much.
Merrier.
If you like. Yep.
That's the same.
That is the same.
Speaking of DMs, we've got a few. We got
We
2
do.
or 3 to get through.
Well, just to whet the appetite before the DMs podcast next week. The first one, Kai.
Whet the appetite, is that?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the right saying.
Yeah,
either.
it's the correct.
Whet the appetite.
WHET, wet. Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Isn't that wheat? What did you say? WH.
WHET.
Whet the appetite. Yep.
Right. Carry on.
Message from Joe.
Hey lads, it's Joe from Craigmore, South Australia. Currently playing my first senior year of footy, and I'm in and out of the A grade at the moment because my marking ability has been compared to the likes of Symbols or someone who has got dish soap on their hands. So I was just wondering if you had any advice on how to clunk big marks, because I'm a tall bloke who's meant to be playing a key forward role but just don't know how to mark a footy. So it'd be great to have some advice. Thanks, lads. Keep it up.
I've actually heard they call Joe Snake as a nickname
Oh, really?
because they've seen better hands on a snake than Joe.
Wow.
You couldn't even finish it without laughing.
Sorry, Joe. I'm only joking, mate.
I like this. This is like the
You can relate
lunch.
to Joe pretty strongly.
How
Showing
so?
with the hands.
Symbols.
Symbols Mackay, they call him at Carlton.
So he wants to have a few tips on marking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the lunch break in the cricket where you get like Brett Lee teaching you how to
Bowl bouncer.
bowl a bouncer.
Well, do you want to kick us off, Ben?
I think it's all in the setup with your footwork and timing. It sounds, boring, but I think when I'm marking the footy well, it's all about you balancing footwork and getting your steps right so you can launch into it. And so when you are going to mark it, it's sort of here, not above your head, or you're not under it or anything. So I find that when my footwork is good and time in it, you're giving yourself the best chance to mark it. That's probably before the actual.
I reckon there's that element, but I reckon for probably Joe, I could be wrong, that I've got no doubt Joe's getting his hands to a lot of balls, I'm pretty sure. And there's definitely merit to what Ben's saying, and completely agree, especially for, like I said, our level of footy, like there's craft and being able to get separation and get feet so you can get a strong launch at the ball and timing. But then I reckon if you're getting the next conversation is if you're getting your hands to the ball a lot, like what can you do to maximise those opportunities? So I think day-to-day, doing as much touch and ball handling as possible so that you're really comfortable when the ball hits your hands that you can finish your work. Little things that I've done over the past is, I don't know if you drive to work, Joe, but if you're in your car having a footy or a ball in your car that you can just play with while you're driving.
Like when you've stopped.
Yeah, or even just having a footy in your hand kind of thing. You can do little things to strengthen up like your hands and your thumbs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you're stronger through your hands. What else? Yeah, end of training, before training, just getting balls kicked into your hands. Different size, like tennis balls, bouncy balls, just so your hand eye is really strong. And then it's just a confidence thing like anything else. Like once you stick a couple, you'll feel freer to launch at the ball and back yourself in. But
A good one that I've learned is, obviously it's not going to happen every time, but if you can pick it up, reading the logo on the footy is a good one. If you really want to watch the ball closely, I'm not sure what sponsor would be on a local footy, but looking at the sponsor and the footy is something that I try and do, just to make sure you really watch it in your hand. So, yeah.
That's all really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. What kind of things do you use to strengthen your hands? Is it like stress ball stuff, or is it?
Yeah, so you can use like a little squash ball, so that for more like your finger strength. You can use what do you call them for the grip strength? Like those little
hand things that you
what
squeeze.
do you call them? Yeah, like, they squeeze. You squeeze it.
Yeah.
Forearm, for your
the
forearm.
forearm strength
I
things.
can
Yeah.
picture them. Yeah.
I got like putty in my hand in my car that you can just for your thumbs. I I've done a lot for my thumbs because I've got bad thumbs. But yeah, you can do that. Even just, as I said, having like, I've got a footy in my car, like a game day footy that I just, sounds stupid again, but just putting the ball perfectly in your hands, like cleanly in your hands, as if you'd mark it, just to get that feeling. This is all probably going to sound really silly, but yeah, there's just little things like that.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's going to be a gradual process, but look forward to hearing in a few weeks, Joe, that you started clunking them and you're in the seniors for good. So,
oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
getting updates from Joe.
With
Beautiful.
Joe.
That'll do us.
Join us next week for the DMs episode. Send us your DMs. Make sure they keep flooding through because we love to hear all of them.
Yep.
Your voice memos on Instagram and TikTok. Harry, Ben, best of luck this weekend, gents.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for the support for the podcast. We really appreciate it. So, yeah,
nice, mate. It was a nice little touch. I was off script there. Didn't have that written down.
It's all about the fans. That's what we do it for. If we can put a smile on people's faces, Will, then we've done our job. So, have a good day, everybody.
Yeah. Well said, mate. I don't have anything else to add. Yeah, well done. Go Blues.
Thanks, my friends. Cheers.